Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Cheap Haass, episode 28. In this episode, we're going to the final race at Abu Dhabi. This is going to determine whether or not we're going to retain the job for next year, but we're going to try our best here to score some points and potentially jump ahead of the few cars that we're fighting in the constructor standings. All right, so we have a failed underfloor that we're going to install on car 2. And we're going to replace the failed underfloor for car 1. We have a rear wing that needs to be replaced. We're going to replace that. Getting ready for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. We've got Porsche starting 16th after qualifying 18th. And we've got Below starting 12th after qualifying 15th. A lot of grid penalties. We're going to be going with a soft, medium, soft compound strategy for Porsche. And then we're going to be going from a medium to a hard for Below.
Only 58 laps stand between the drivers and the checkered flag here under the lights at the Yas Marina circuit. Logan Sargent, definitely one to keep an eye on today.
15th is not the grid position they would have liked, but they'll be focused on a points finish.
And the time has come. Let's go racing. Hold on tight. It's the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
All right, so off the line, looks like Porsche is already losing some spots, I believe. No, he did start 16th. Below does drop down a spot. We need to make sure that we turn on the ERS battle assist for them. I sound a little sick. I've got COVID. Porsche 17th at the moment, so down one spot. Same as Below. We're going to actually focus on Below, who's starting to drop down some more spots. Porsche, I think we're going to just kind of let him sit on his strategy for a minute. He's going to be the one that we have to worry about switching onto the next compounded tire, the mediums first. We're losing a ton of time straight off the bat, which is to be expected from this game. 14th for Below. Ending the first lap, we are already a second out of the DRS zone of Sonoda. But I think at the end of this lap, we're going to let loose maybe a little bit here. Let him use some ERS deployment. We're now almost 2 seconds behind as we're getting passed by the looks like Sargent. And we're going to deploy. But still not going to save us from that position, so we're going to actually just sit behind and stay on neutral. We're going to wait until it says the DRS is deployed, and then we're going to actually activate the deployment. We've got defreeze on the back of Alright. Freeze on the back of Below. We're going to go a little 4 times here. Going to keep an eye on how far back we are. We are at least in the DRS, it looks like, with both cars. We've got a yellow flag. What's the yellow flag for? Oh, Sargent spun. Alrighty. Alright, so now it's time to run for Below. We cannot have him push on his tires because we need him to make them last. Doesn't seem like we can really push on tires anyways because they build up so much temperature so quickly. We're going to go ahead. We're going to go 4 times here. Let them use up their batteries just a little bit here. I don't think it's going to help us. Car's very slow. So we've got defreeze right on the back bumper of Below. Yeah, we're not gaining on Sonoda. And we're going to go back to neutral. And we're going to let Porsche go into neutral as well. And are we going to be falling back hard? Looks like we are. Below does look like he's pulling away from defreeze, but now Porsche is coming up here on his soft tires. So hopefully that's pretty easy one and done there. No team orders. Please don't hit each other. And we're going to tell him, don't fight your teammate. Oh, is he already left by his teammate? Oops, I didn't even realize. Rocher is now ahead on the softer compound. On this screen so I can see what's going on. We're kind of just in a sitting position because I don't think we really have the pace. It looks like Norris has fallen back. I don't know if Norris pitted. I can kind of slow us down a little bit so we can just look at tires he's on. So he was just back there, or he had some sort of problem. We are actually catching. Looks like we are passing Sonoda. With Pourchaire. I'm gonna put both of them on deploy. See if we can get by. Just one car here in the DRS. Well, that's a little bit annoying. Excuse me. In my coughing fit, I forgot to turn down the DRS deployment. We're just gonna let them sit here. We're gonna see what goes on. They both should be sitting in the DRS here. It looks like we're fighting each other, so that's not fun. That might mean that below is starting to have the better advantage on the tires as Norris has caught us. We've lost track of Yuki Tsunoda. We're going to put below on deploy. We're going to put Pourchaire back onto neutral. We're just going to watch here, see if we can get in the DRS range. It doesn't even look like we're closing in all that much. Right, there's Albon pitting. Albon was the highest of the cars that we're fighting for points. He's in 11th. They need somebody in the top 10 to have an accident for them to even be in consideration, it looks like. Piastri's in 10th, but he's got Alonso right behind him who has already pitted. You can see Ocon has actually just come out in front of us and Tsunoda. All right, and we're going to have to be pitting Pourchaire pretty soon. Oh.
There is a Stroll crashed on the main straight.
And speaking of...
Possible gravel.
That, we're going to have to double stack. We're going to pit Pourchaire onto the mediums. Do we pit? Yeah, I guess we have to pit below as well. We're going to put them onto the softs. How much are we separated by? We're only separated by, it looks like 2.5 seconds. We're going to have them harvest, conserve everything, because just make sure that was all checked. All right, we're going to just see what's going on here. Let's see what...
And it looks as though there's been an incident for Lance Stroll. So here we go, heading into turn 1. Within a split second, the impact's made.
Alrighty. All right, looks like we didn't stack them too hard. And Joe had a pit stop issue. I don't know how much that hurt us. We're going to conserve as much as we can. Oh, I thing one too many times. All right, so we're going to go neutral. All right, we'll put them on neutral. Put them on balanced. We're going to have them push just a second. Until the tire temperatures get up to temp. There we go. And we're going to put you on standard, and we're going to put you on standard. So Plo is the one that we have to watch out for. He's going to go on to the hards. You actually just have him go aggressive on his tires now because he has the freedom to do so. And since he's good on fuel, we're going to let him push here for a minute. We're going to let Share push for just a second. Use up some of that ERS. Light on the tires. Looks like, as I said, the very, very hard to regulate tire temperature. We're going to go neutral with Porsche. You can tell they're both pretty far off of anybody, kind of forward or backwards. Piastri's in the points, which is not great. Up below. Have him deploy for a lap or two, see what we can gain. I'm doing that, and we'll actually push as well, see how high up we can get. How much we can gain on that lap. Alright, we're going to go to neutral. We're going to go back to standard. We got minor gearbox damage. And we also have minor engine damage on Porsche's car. So that's not great. Back to 4 times. These screens that are so helpful. We're going to go to Porsche. We're going to let him use up his fuel. He's on his longer stint. Let him go to like 0.4 and we'll just put it on neutral again.
We've got a yellow flag here.
Can't believe you'd say such a thing. God, so crass. Alright. So what we said would happen is if there's a problem, that means one of our rivals are going to be in the points. We need to do a little bit better job of trying to stay with it here. Kind of restricted in our car performance, unfortunately. And let Flo go aggressive a little bit here. See if we can do anything. Balanced. Right. Flo got close to Sonoda there. But I think we're now on that point where it looks like our degradation is going to start kicking in. Yeah, as we're starting to lose some time. I wish they'd show you. You hover over it and it'll give you the whole outline for the tire. I think we'll give him one more lap. Let him go a little aggressive there. Go here, we'll go pit options. We're going to put you on hards. Slap. I got enough energy left on Pourchaire's car. We can kind of push for a minute. All right, we pit the exact same lap as Albon. What does Albon come out on? Out on mediums. We made a pit stop issue with Plo. It was 5 seconds. It was a shit ton of time. We've used all the energy up on Pourchaire's car, so we're going to have to harvest for a lap. Going to neutral now. Well, we're going to do a little experiment here to see how quickly we can overheat these hard compound tires. They look like they'll pretty easily go to the end. There we go. 115 degrees. So we're still on Pourchaire's strategy. So we're going to put him on the soft tires again. I wonder if it'd be worth it to just back it up on a light. Get those temps down just for a lap. So we're going to pit you onto your set of tires.
You're coming in. Box.
Alright. Pourchaire gotten the, or not Pourchaire, but Below has not gotten a blue flag yet. I don't want to push until we got a blue flag. This tire temperature's down. Be in the DRS. Perez. There you go. All right. And then we're going to go aggressive. We're going to attack out of the box for share. All right. And we did all that for basically nothing, it looks like. But we do have a ton of tire temperature that we can use. But we're going to sit standard behind Science. Hopefully we don't get held up here by Science. Would be funny. There's a yellow flag. What was that for? For defreeze. All right. Looks like Pourchaire is just stuck behind Science. So Flow's gonna get blue flagged twice. And what is Bottas on? Bottas is on soft tires as well. Yeah, so we just put the hards on like super late. That was really stupid. Looks like we didn't have a set of softs to be Plo on. So Botas looks like he's going after for share. We have deployment that we can use. The deployment, and we're going to turn on the fuel as well. Use up their fuel best we can. Move to the finish here. He just got ahead of us, but we can try to get him back. Go a little aggressive on the tires. Weren't in the DRS. That is unfortunate. They're overheating Plo's tires. All right, so we gotta go neutral with or share. All right, and we are already starting to overheat our tires, which is not good. No bueno. I don't think we can do much here with or share, which is unfortunate. We have also run below out of energy. All right, now we're good on fuel, and we need to go light on the tires because we learned what not to do in Brazil with the tires. You let them overheat at least for a second. You will put your guys at a high risk of spinning. We'll go neutral, and it looks like this is going to be... Man, we need to freaking keep our tires cool, man. I need you to not spin. Maybe top up too. I'm gonna wait till Max Verstappen goes by. And we'll unleash you. Alright, there we go. And we're gonna go neutral. We're gonna go standard. Second me. Alright, is he clear? He's just screw us. I think he almost did. We're going to go to neutral again because we've got no DRS or ERS. Below is very safe in his position. All right, we're going to get ahead. But I think he's going to get the DRS back, and we're not going to be able to do much about it. He's going to try to swoop us around on the outside. He's going to have the inside going into these corners here. All right, we get put behind. But we're going to try to overtake him there into that corner. Does not look like it's going to work out well. I'm going to tell him to harvest and see if we can harvest behind while also sitting in the DRS and just see if we can do something here in this last lap. All right, we gotta go neutral now to see if we can catch up. I think he's already starting to use his stuff and deploy. All right, so we're gonna sit behind and we're gonna deploy it now because I believe they're gonna be taking the final lap here. They are. We're gonna go aggressive. There's a caution. Don't know what that was for. For Plo. So Plo's tires are heated up, but he is good in his position. Share is just outside of the second that he needs. I don't know if he clipped under it. He did not. All right, are we going to get him here? We're going to tell him over-aggress. Just go aggressive. Got to go aggressive.
And Sainz crosses the line first. He's taken the win.
And we just missed out there.
Now, isn't that the kind of drive we love to see from Charles Leclerc?
That was an excellent performance. They set out with a great strategy, and it paid off with an impressive podium finish.
It's hugs all round for the team. In fact, they all deserve a pat on the back as well for everything that they've achieved. And with that, the Sainz name remains engraved in F1 history.
4 superb wins to their name now this year, and it's been a pleasure watching them drive.
All right, so your final race of the season, Carlos Sainz wins. You have Leclerc second, Perez third, Verstappen fourth, and then you have the Alpines. You've got Alonso, then you got the 2 Mercedes, and then Lando Norris finishes 10th. We finish 15th and 16th, and you have Lance Stroll retiring. Max was already crowned champion, but Perez holds off Leclerc. Sainz in the last race of the season pips Fernando. Scrolling down here at the bottom, you've got Porsche with 4 points and Palou with 1 point, leaving these 5 without scoring a point this season. No shakeups on the final day of the season, but we have Red Bull getting 13 wins, 19 podiums. You've got Ferrari getting 7 wins and 20 podiums. Aston Martin getting 3 wins and 10 podiums. Mercedes with no wins. Alpine with no wins and no podiums. McLaren, no wins, no podiums. So that's the whole field, basically. And we're the only team, it looks like, to have not finished a race, which would have been Brazil. For those interested, here's your final standings for Formula 2. You got Prema, Carlin, Campos, Dams, MP Motorsports, High Tech, Virtuosi, Trident, ART, Van Amersfoort, and then you have Charus at the bottom. Your Formula 2 champion, who maintained it on the final day with a 1-point gain, was Ayuma Iwasa. Behind Iwasa, you have Beauchamp and Maloney, followed by Behrman, Vesti, Duhan, Daruvula, Hajar, Hauger, and Clement Novalak. And then these are going to be your final from 11th to 20th here. I'll just kind of scroll through this very slowly. There's 21st. Oh yeah, and Teo was technically part of this lineup, and so was for sure. So those two moved to Formula 1 halfway through the season. So here's your Formula 3 Constructors Championship. Here's your Drivers Championship for Formula 3. You have Massimo Serra, Dino Beganovic, you got Paul Aaron, you got Oliver Goeth, you got Taylor Barnard, you got Gabriel Mini, you got Zach O'Sullivan, you got Pepe Marti, you got Gabriel Bortoletto, and then you have Gregoire Saucy in your top 10. And then here is 11th on down. There's 21st on down. And then here's your 30th place. And then here's Kalen Frederick, who we signed at the beginning of the season. And unfortunately, we've come to the end of the road. We've been fired from the Haas Formula 1 team as the team principal, despite us trying our best to do our worst. Yeah, I think this would be a cool thing to have like a option or something to turn this off so I could continue to be stupid and do crazy, dumb things, my own desire. But I understand they want to have some realism and whatnot, and it, you know, having it be realistic. But this will not be the end. We will try our best to be back for next season in whatever form that may be. We've made signings and we've done stuff for next season, so hopefully you're able to see what we did, see all the driver moves and such that come forth from it. So I hope you enjoyed this crazy series idea that I came up with. Despite it being a little frustrating there at the end, there will be changes for next year. There are sort of realizations I had kind of halfway through the season. Yeah, we will be back. In what capacity, we will see. I hope you all have a good rest of your week. Thank you for watching this. Like, comment, subscribe, all that dumb YouTube stuff, and peace.